The NFL is on EA Sports as we bring you a look inside Highmark Stadium here at Orchard Park, New York. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. May. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
Throwing here is May. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with May. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening.
Known for some incredible wings and one of the league's most passionate fan bases. We're just outside of Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Buffalo Bills. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. Space on the right, and he's got room. There it is, touchdown, Detroit! The Lions take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. So one snap, and they're in the end zone, Brock. Tell those stat keepers to be ready. Might be a very busy game for them.
I'm kind of up for that. You kind of like that little pace?
A hundo, partner, 100%.
And to do it on the ground to boot. What a way to begin the proceedings. The first punch thrown in the 4-quarter boxing match ends up being a haymaker.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Ty Johnson now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to upstate New York and Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Buffalo Bills. Game time is here. Glad you're with us. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. And off we go from Orchard Park. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. A handoff here to start the drive, but this will end up being a reverse. And he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. 2nd down coming up.
So they try to throw a little bit of a curveball. We see him throw it to this guy a lot. Now, in this case, they hand it to him, thinking they can catch the defense off guard and generate a big play. And let's give a lot of credit to the defense. They were ready for it, they were prepared for it, and they held it to a modest gain.
Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7. Three plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up 4th down.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the Packers' 1st down, as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th down.
A little bit of a risky decision for some, Mike, but frankly, I really like it. I think the days of being aggressive on 4th down, even on your side of the field, are here to stay. And while some people say this is over-aggressive, in this case, the aggressiveness paid off, and they're going to keep this drive alive.
Now, Jacobs. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. It is Joey Bosa there on the tackle. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. From the gun, it's Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Packers. Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. Not much to work with there. He'll get down to about the 22.
So I like these plays. I think the more guys, Mike, that you can get involved in the ground game, the better. And, of course, they're going to get enough touches to their back in a traditional sense, but make the defense defend every blade of grass from sideline to sideline and from line of scrimmage to the end zone. And one of the best ways to do it is to get your wide receivers, get your speed guys involved in the run game.
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. On the ground, it's Jacobs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back after this. Here's a 3rd and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. That complete to Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down. And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
Allen gonna throw to get things going. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Allen. A pass, caught by the veteran. That's Brandon Cooks. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a 1st down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down.
These are the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
Here's 1st and 10. One more time going up top with Allen. He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Greg and I back in Buffalo after this. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Allen to throw again. He's got it at about the 8, and he's into the end zone. Brandon Cooks, touchdown Bills. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Love. That's to Reed. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Jaden Reed was the intended target. It's 2nd down.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're 2nd. We'll talk things over before 3rd down. Here's Love. He's got his man, right side. It's complete. They get 19 on that pass play. Good for a Green Bay first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. The Bills going to use their final timeout here as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Now Love. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. That's a timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their 2nd. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll run with Jacobs. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line. On play action, Love. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. Love. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked. and they turn it over on downs. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this second quarter. They'll throw on first down with Allen. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes. That's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth where the receiver's saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the third quarter begins. Davis now to return it. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. Allen going to throw on 1st and 10. Pass complete right side to Kincaid. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Allen now on 2nd down. This one downfield, complete to Cooks. And he will go all the way. Brandon Cooks, touchdown Buffalo. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. He'll take a shot for Watson. He's got it. And he will score. Christian Watson, touchdown, Green Bay. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Davis. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. On first down, Allen. That one downfield for Cooks. That's going to be incomplete. The coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. And it'll be second down. From the gun, throw here for Allen. A short throw caught by Kincaid. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. From the gun, Josh Allen. That is caught. Hooks gets the grab. And they will finally run him down. Big play there for the Bills. 32 yards.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike. But listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Throwing again, it's Allen. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And he's back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain before stepping out of bounds.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. 3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the first down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. To the air once more is Allen. There's that man again. Another catch. And the Bills are looking at a 1st and goal. He takes it all the way down to the 2.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
2 yards from 6 points. It is first down and goal. To throw again, it's Allen. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Buffalo. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man. They're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. And And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. Love to throw it on first down. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
In motion, Reed. Throwing on second down, Love. He's going to go deep, looking for Reed. Tre'Davious White in coverage. Knocks that one away.
This secondary, I mean, they just continue to impress me this entire game, Mike. I mean, it just feels like every ball is contested. Even the ones that are complete, those windows are tight. In this case, a really nice job knocking the ball away, and I just can't say enough about how hard these guys compete on every play.
On first down, it's Love. He's going to go deep, looking for Reed. And he will score! Game on! Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Packers. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers draw closer here. It's 21-14. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Johnson now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. On first down, it's Allen. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and that's enough for a quick first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Allen. All alone is the tight end, Kincaid. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight, and it gives the team a first down.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons, he can spread the ball out and find the open space.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He connects with Palmer on that one. And he will finally be taken down inside the 10-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 35 yards.
So it's man coverage, Mike. You have to keep track of who your responsibility is. And in this case, he just drops him. He's wide open, short throws, turn into long runs, and they're inside the red zone.
Throwing again is Allen. Oh, and a crusher there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Second and goal. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And now, third and goal coming up. From the shotgun, it's Allen. It is brought in the end zone. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Bills.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. This is 1st and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. That'll be batted away, incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
So, Mike, regardless of what everyone else is playing, anytime there's a one single high safety, whether everyone's in man or zone, he's really just a full field zone defender. His job is to just help everyone across the board. And there's an element of instincts. There's an element of understanding offensive game plan. And then at the end of the day, you've got to have the speed and the ball skills to get to the ball and contest as many throws as you can.
He's going to try it here again. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up third down. In motion goes Dobbs. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll take a shot for Watson. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Throwing now. Allen here on first down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. It is 2nd and 6. From the gun, here is Allen. That's to Kincaid once again. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. We'll start the drive on the ground, and here comes a reverse. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. A pickup there of 28 yards.
Boy, they got the block to spring him, and it was a foot race. And when he gets in that foot race, Mike, he's normally good for this type of yardage before anyone's able to run him down.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. That's to Kraft, the tight end downfield. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. What a catch and run by the tight end as he takes it into the end zone and finishes the play. Greg, you know what that's like. Tight end touchdown.
Mike, so often the tight ends are considered to be the possession guys, right? They're the guy you throw it to when you need an easy catch, you need a reliable target. But not this guy. He is a downfield weapon, and he just showed you right there what he's capable of.
Looking to double up here, score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done. First and 10, and it's Allen. Pass complete right side to Kincaid. And he is out of bounds. Mark him at the 25. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. Here we go. One final play. He's got it at about the 8. And they're going to pick it up here. They took a chance and it paid off. 1st and goal.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Purdy off the play fake. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. Purdy looking to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Room to maneuver at the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. Juwan Jennings, 63 yards. And the 49ers go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And that's complete downfield to Cooks. Down the right sideline. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Brandon Cooks. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Bills are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. Jennings, a receiver in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and now off play action, it's Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Purdy now to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And now it's third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from fourth down to first. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Allen and the offense staying put. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Here's Purdy. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Purdy. Throw left side complete. That's Jennings. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
Purdy sets up to throw again. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Terrell Bernard getting in there to drop him for a sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Shotgun now with Purdy. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. The return man, Ty Johnson. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're coming off a fourth down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on fourth down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Allen. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And some room to maneuver. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 34 yards to gain that time. Another first down.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now Allen. And this is Cook with a grab. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills are back within a score. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Fred Warner.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it first and 10 at the 41-yard line. McCaffrey running up the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Purdy. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Eddie Pinheiro on now. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
From the gun, it's Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Brandon Cooks. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will tie things at 20 all. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat. Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jennings. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Fourth down try. Here's Purdy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Throwing here, Purdy. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Juwan Jennings, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Well, Brock, the fans were out and shouting J-E-T-S Jets well before the gates opened here. And now they fill the stands of MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And away we go from East Rutherford. On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Fields. Well, they took their shot immediately. Would have been cool if they connected, but no luck. 2nd down. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. 2nd and 10 now. Fields. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. A disappointing way to begin this one as he is stopped for no gain, and 3 plays in, Brock, they're already facing 4th down.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
On 4th down, Fields. He's got it to his running back. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. Working quickly here. So Buffalo's going to call it 2nd timeout. And after burning a couple early, they're down to 1 to work with now. First and 10 now from the 46. Fields throwing here. This one's going to hit the ground, incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Fields. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Fields with a chance to run it here. And he's going to gain a good chunk of yards here. Looks like about 6, but that still brings up 4th down. Now the Bills use their 3rd and final timeout. And they cannot be happy to have spent all 3 of theirs in this opening quarter. Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here. They do snap it. Here's Fields. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
He takes this forward a little to about the 39. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. Offense in the hurry up here. A pistol snap. Fields. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. Third and long for him here. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Christian Benford has it. And the Bills get the football on the first turnover of the contest. So what happened there, partner? Looked like he'd found an early rhythm on that opening series until that last throw.
Yeah, fine line between confidence, which he certainly had, and rhythm, and then also just unwise decision-making, forcing that pick.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Allen comes down throwing. That's Kincaid with a catch out left. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you. 2nd down now, they need 7. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up 3rd down. You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
Perhaps a little misplaced sense of urgency on their opening drive. We'll find out together, and they're going for this from their own side. They will go. It's Allen. Got a man. That's Kincaid. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. What a play on 4th down. Give him the first after a gain of 27.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Allen now on 1st down. Going right back to Kincaid, complete. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup, gained about 8, 2nd down.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Allen going to throw again. Finds Kincaid. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
From the red zone now. And this is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills have a great first drive and get the game's first points. They're on the road, but still favored coming into this one. And they quickly made a mockery of that home field advantage, Brock, with an opening drive TD.
Just kind of playing like a team, right? That just knows it. They believe in themselves. They've got that athletic arrogance and confidence. Coming into this building, they can't wait to take the home crowd right out of it.
Bass now to kick this away. Here's Isaiah Davis on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So we're through one quarter of this AFC East contest. 7-0 is our score. More from MetLife coming right up. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. They have 1st and 10. Fields on 1st down. Down the field, he's got Wilson. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Jets 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield. 1st down throw for Fields. Absolutely fires this one right side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Pressure coming, it's Fields. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends him backwards ahead of 3rd down.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. This might be a free play for him. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Christian Benford has it. And he's out of bounds to end that one. Now our attention turns to that penalty marker. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. After the penalty, offense staying out to try 4th down. Tight end in motion left. Play action, Fields. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Finds him on the crossing route. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills pull out in front further, 13-zip.
Quarterback and receiver, yeah, they'll get the credit. Those numbers and those stats, they're theirs. But that play happens, Kate, because the big guys up front give them enough time to make it happen. From one side of the field to the other, bingo.
Bass on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills double their lead to 14. Bass now to kick this away. On the return, here comes Davis. And this gets out to the 30 before he stopped. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. The pitch is to Hall. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down. So it'll be 2nd and long upcoming on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Stick around. More from MetLife Stadium on the other side. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They go right back to Hall. Oh, they tried the lateral. It's a live ball. And it looked like a Bill got it.
You know, Kate, I don't always think it comes to people's minds how much execution there is in a lateral, right? You see it out on the playground, Little League football, people tossing the ball around. Well, there's a reason you don't get away with it in the NFL, because if you're not right on the spot, well, the defense can make you pay, and they do right there.
Gets this to Kincaid. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a 1st and goal.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
That one connects. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Allen. And this is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Extra point up and good from Bass. And the Bills stretch their lead to 21. Bass now to kick this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. Now this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Offense to the line fast. Free play here. Let's see what he does. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. One play in, and they are already close to midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Connects on the crosser. He will go! Touchdown, New York! The Jets chop some of the lead off before the half. It's an Adonai Mitchell touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Nick Folk now for the extra point. That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table. Plenty of time to attack that deficit, but here we go. They're attacking already, going on sides in the first half. And the Bills are able to secure this kick. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. All right, I'm going to need your expertise here, Brock. You don't ever really call an onside kick there on a whim, do you? That had to be pre-planned, right?
Yeah, I think that was on the table well before they scored the touchdown, but here's the problem. That group on the other side, well, they were prepared. They were ready for it. And now, well, you've added a little bit of Uncle momentum to that side.
Throwing now on first down, Allen. He finds Kincaid. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Mauinoa. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Shades of the 2009 Super Bowl. They're going onside kick to begin the second half. And the Bills are able to secure this kick. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
So few of these are recovered by the kicking team anymore. It reminds me why you've seen some alternatives tossed around for ways to replace the onside kick. For now, well, it just remains a difficult challenge that was not achieved that time around.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. First and 10. Here's Allen. As his go-to, it's Kincaid. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 26. And the Bills have a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10. Working inside the red zone. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Offensive line. This is 2nd and 4. Allen to throw. Brought in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills grow the lead coming out of halftime. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
So Allen lining the Bills up to go for 2. All right, they're going to throw for it. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Quincy Williams has it. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Bass now to kick this away. Doesn't like what he sees, so we got a touchback. They're going to begin this drive at the 35-yard line. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive. Moving quickly, trying to get set. The give on 2nd to Hall. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Offense up to the line fast. 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Finds a man. Mason Taylor has it. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. A pickup of 34 yards on that play. And it's good for a New York 1st down. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down. Here's a design run. Fields has it. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. And dose of the hurry up here. Shotgun snap to Fields. He completes it in traffic. And this is down all the way to the 3. Working quickly here. Buffalo calls it 2nd time out of the half. And they'll likely be very protecting of the only one they've got remaining. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Fields gets it out wide quick. And he has the New York touchdown. The Jets start the 2nd half with some needed points. It's an Adonai Mitchell touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Fields to the line. The Jets are going for 2. He's going to throw it. And it's hauled in inside the end zone for 2. And that trims the lead just a little bit.
Quarterback's best friend, big targets in the red zone. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, they went right to him for the conversion.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Ty Johnson now to return. Things going well so far. And you're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Allen now on 1st down. Going right back to Kincaid. Complete. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on 1st down.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Pressure coming. It's Allen. Short pass brought in. And he works this to the 38 before going down. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. On 1st down, Allen. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And they take him down right along the 30.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage. The trusty tight end.
Three-quarters in the books from this one. The Bills hold both the football and a solid lead here as they try to close this out. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Allen gonna throw again. Throw right side, and Shakir has it. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Again, Allen to the air. Looking right, and he finds him. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. To throw again, it's Allen. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Ooh, sure looked like they were sitting on that slant, weren't they, Brock? If a route was going to beat them, it was not going to be that one.
Yeah, we see this route all the time, really at every level of football, because as a receiver, you just want to get inside that defender, and when you do, you hope to find that connection, but the contact knocked that sucker away. No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
3rd and goal for Allen. And the incompletions continuing to stack up here, Brock. 3 straight plays as a defender knocks it away. Now it's 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Now the Bills use their 3rd and final timeout. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock. Man, they're really trying to pile it on here. The offense staying out there on 4th and goal. They'll go. Allen. And he's going to go down. They get to him on 4th and goal and complete the defensive stand.
Certainly looking for that nail in the coffin, the knockout punch, a touchdown, and 3-possession lead that could put this one out of reach. Hey, it's a luxury they could afford to take in that spot. Built themselves up a little buffer here, Kate. But it's never over till it's over.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
All gets it again on 2nd down. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Fields looking to throw. They'll set up the screen here for Hall. Crosses midfield, still going. And he's brought down at the 44. So 20 yards on that play. And that's good for a Jets 1st down. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set. Completed out to the left on that quick throw. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the 1st down. Throwing again, it's Fields. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Christian Benford has it. And the Bills get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. As his go-to, it's Kincaid. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. They're going to pass it here. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
And he has the Bills the 1st down, and that Brock should clinch them this win.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. To the air again. Allen. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He's got this complete to James Cook. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
First down throw for Allen. Finds him on the crossing route. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills make it a 3-score game in the fourth. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for two, but it doesn't work out. Bass now to kick this away. On the return, here comes Davis. And he's brought down just inside the 25. First call here coming from the shotgun. Running back motions right. First down throw for Fields. We'll get this out quickly to Mitchell. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. So the Bills fight their way to a win on the road.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Able to slither by. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A huge play there right off the bat. And even 40 yards.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this has taken that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game, but not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And the Falcons are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Robinson fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Robinson will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Gets past one man. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between. He is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. David Onyemata there on the tackle. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Here's Allen to throw it. Cooks on the quick slant. So the completion good for just 3. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And that is no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That was Terrell Bernard navigating his way to the backfield and dropping him for a loss.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the...
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. From the shotgun, it's Penix. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Gregory Rousseau. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Now a 2nd and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From midfield, here's Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Now Allen again. Completes to Shakir once again. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Throwing now is Allen. Finding Shakir across the formation. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. James Cook, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills are on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the 1st half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was James Cook finishing things off with a touchdown catch. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this 1st half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. They'll throw with Penix. Over the middle, caught by London. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the 1st half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now Penix. Throws right back to London, complete again. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Here's Penix. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You needed that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Penix to the air once more. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
Now here's Bradley Pinion now. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now. Here's Scott Hansen.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Shifts by him. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
To throw, it's Allen. That's completed right side to Palmer. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Palmer, 36 yards. And the Bills have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Pass on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Dances by him. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it's second down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
To the air, Penix. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Penix working out of the gun here. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Taking it about the 16. So call that a 56-yard punt with a return of about 11. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Palmer. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down. On play action, Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles, and really scatter some people, can't they?
That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Quick throw here by Allen, complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Motion man is Shakir. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice consistent gain.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Here's Cook again. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Cook. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. They'll run for it. Cook. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bills have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. So all eyes on the Falcons. Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:54 on the clock. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. Looking to throw, Penix. This is Robinson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And looking to throw, Penix. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new. It worked there. Well, there's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. 1st and 10 here. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you'd like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. That's to the right sideline. And it falls incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here it is, 4th and inches. They are going for it. Penix. He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night. A name Viking fans know well. It's the brother of Dalvin, James Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Allen now looks to throw. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
This is going to be a corner route to their tight end, and I'll tell you what, it's man coverage, so that way's throwing the hitch route.
In control of the football. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup, first down.